Hey there everyone, and Dr. Beth Westy here. Tonight I wanted to talk about top 5 fertility tips. This is a question I've gotten from a few gals recently, just inquiring about some of the info I have about hormones, their cycle, what's going wrong. You know, a lot of times when I work with women for fertility, their story is really similar. They've gotten married or they're looking at getting married and they're either off birth control, coming off birth control of some kind, or they're like, you know I've had cycle issues for a while. I didn't worry about it before, but now I'm starting to worry. And they've either, been trying for a year and nothing's happened, or they've gone in and they're like, well, it's just, here you go, take these meds. I'm like, but that doesn't mean I'm going to get pregnant. And then if that doesn't work, you're looking at a very expensive type of treatment. So a lot of women are really looking at a lot of other resources, what else they can do. So I'm going to be dropping in some more info on fertility. So if you're looking for this info, or if you know somebody looking for this info, send them this video so that they can really get this information, because I'm going to be talking about fertility in a very different way. This is actually what I did my specialized training in for Eastern medicine and acupuncture. So I'm going to be talking about some really fun stuff. So if you're not following my YouTube channel, which is Dr. Beth Westy, make sure you subscribe to that. If you're not following my podcast, which is the Female Health Solution podcast, subscribe to that, because I have other information on some podcasts that I'm releasing in the next month or so. I'm going to put a link right here for if you are looking for some more help with fertility. You can click the link below and look at the program that I have for fertility for women. I actually work with women, and this is the only time I make recommendations for men is in this program. I always say I don't work with men, I only work with women. I'm a women's health expert, but I'll do it at a later time talking about male fertility. But just so you know, it is there, it is part of it, because it has to be. It absolutely has to be. So I'm going to talk about some fertility basics. I'm going to talk about them very bluntly. Some of this stuff when we talk about fertility can be hard for women, especially if you've been struggling for a while. So again, if you need help, do not hesitate to reach out to me. I'm always a resource. But I'm going to tell you some stuff that is some truths that maybe somebody else has not said, or maybe you've heard some things and you're like, well, they said it wasn't that bad. I'm going to tell you the truth on your body physiology and how fertility is really impacted, and about getting and staying pregnant, because those are two different things. Okay, so fertility, the top 5 things that I talk to women about when they join my fertility program. First thing is to cut the artificial crap. Cut all the crap out. You got to get rid of all crap from your diet, from your lifestyle, from your system, everything, from your environment, as much as possible. This sometimes goes as far as, get an air purifier, get a filter on your water for your sink in your bathroom and everything. Treat your body like this pristine thing, because it needs to be. We all have spent time in our life where, maybe we weren't as nice to our bodies. I certainly did, right? I certainly did. High school, college, and if you don't do things to turn that around, your body is still going to struggle. So every body is different. That's why I make personal recommendations, customized recommendations for each person that I work with, each couple that I work with, because it depends on what your body's been through and what it needs specifically. What works for somebody else isn't always going to work for you. So sometimes you have to go all out on it. Cut the crap. Get rid of all of your, cheap, chemically, cleaners, detergents, soaps, face stuff, makeup, face wash, lotions, all of it. Anything that you come into contact with. Sometimes it takes like a whole day, takes time. Go through your day. Is your mattress, leaking any stuff? Mattresses can leak chemicals that disrupt your hormones. All of these are called endocrine disruptors, right? So get rid of that crap. Go through and unearth everything in your house. At work, if you spend a lot of time at work, you're going to need to really invest in making sure that any cleaners are used are not, harming your body. Again, air purifiers, water purifiers, all that stuff makes a really big difference. In terms of diet, stop eating artificial stuff. Before you even get a supplement, before you start sinking money into new things, right? Stop putting Band-Aids on bullet holes. That's what a lot of people do. Oh, this supplement, this thing is going to be so great. don't add that stuff in until you've actually cleaned everything out. Start with a clean slate as much as possible. Then move on to the next, right? So this really is number one because it has the biggest impact and allows your body to function like it naturally should without any of that endocrine disruptor stuff coming in. And that artificial colors, artificial sweeteners in everything that you eat and drink. Yes, this does mean going through your pantry, going through your fridge, modifying where you buy your food. Is it more expensive? Sometimes. Do you have to spend more time meal planning? Sometimes. There's always, easier ways to do that. But again, that really is the first step. Second step, eating clean. Again, that goes along with the no artificial colors, sweeteners, everything else that will really destroy your gut bacteria and work against you. Make sure you're getting really great sources, organic if possible. That goes a long, long way when you're eating clean and fueling your body with the good things that it needs all the time. And of course, cutting smoking, cutting drinking, any of that stuff. Caffeine, really cutting down on your caffeine levels. A lot of times that caffeine increase can mess with your hormones too. Protein. Protein is the number one nutrient most women are not getting enough of. So especially if your body is nutrient depleted or needs something else, getting enough protein will be huge for your body to become more fertile. 4 is know your body. So if you're not tracking basal body temperature, not tracking any other signs, signals, mucus, things like that for your body, it's really hard to tell exactly when your fertile window is. And I'll be talking more about that later, but you really need to know your body specifically. If your cycle's been irregular, if it's longer or shorter, what are your phases? Some women only have a 10-day window, for progesterone. Some women it's longer, some women it's 14 days, some women it's 18 days, right? When you know your body, you're able to trigger and time things a lot better. But it takes research to know your body. My favorite is when I start working with somebody who they're like, okay, I've been tracking my basal body temperature for a month or two. Here's what it says. I've been tracking my cervical mucus. I've been doing these things so far. Here's my timing on my charts. Like they send me apps of things. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. It's amazing because I get to basically get all this research on them and then make the best recommendation to start. So it really, really does help when you know your body better. And of course, it takes time to do this. The hardest thing with fertility is the wait. It's the time that it takes. I have to put in this time and research. It's not like it can happen tomorrow. It's the same thing with weight loss. I would love to lose 20 pounds by tomorrow, but that's not gonna happen, right? No, not in a healthy and safe way. It's the same thing with pre-fertility, pre-pregnancy, pregnancy, postnatal, all of that stuff. How you care for your body is so important, and it takes time for all that stuff to upload, be absorbed, metabolized, used by your system in a proper way. Other things to look at, and this is something I look at in the program that I have, so again, that link is in the comments, is knowing your body. If you have any other autoimmune issues, if you have any thyroid issues, gut health issues, Lyme, all these things. There's a gal, this is about a year ago, she already had her baby. Her baby was born in November. Lyme, chronic Lyme. So we had to work around that. Just different things. Your body may need something specific for you versus someone else. And if those things aren't being accounted for, you're missing a huge piece of the puzzle. A huge piece of the puzzle. The last thing here is cut stress. Stress throws off your hormones. Cut stress wherever, whenever possible. If you have a friend that, as much as you love them, they just stress you out, just don't talk to them for a while. Anywhere you can decrease stress, find joy, find happiness, anywhere. Those things make a big difference. Start meditating more. Really focus on ways to decrease your stress to have your body function better. You're gonna have a better time with your hormones, your cycle, and everything, and a better time getting pregnant. No pun intended. But it really does make a big impact. Setting boundaries for yourself differently. Cut stress around anything that you need. Get different tools. If cleaning your house stresses you out, get somebody to help you clean. If getting groceries, running errands, stresses you out, find a way to automate or get your groceries delivered. Little things, even giving yourself an extra hour every week. Oh, such a blessing. And use that time to really de-stress and focus on building your body's vitality, building your body's constitution. That's a huge piece in boosting your fertility. So those are the top 5 things that I have for you. I'm going to be talking more and more and more about this over the next month or so. Again, sometimes when I work with women, it's really the customized things that do work best, because you've already been down the road before. You've already done the basic things. You've already tried this, that, and the other. And that's okay. And that's actually good, because it gives me a baseline of where your body's really at, so that we can make the fastest progress possible in the shortest amount of time. So let me know if you have any other questions, or if I can be of any other resource for you. I do have my 2 books, The Female Fat Solution and The Female Menopause Solution, that are on Amazon. This one probably not, right? But not a good resource for you for this. But this one I do talk about hormones, the cycle, and how to use food for your cycle. This is, again, what I teach you in the fertility program. Plus, we look at fertility herbs, we look at other seed cycling things, and whatever else your system needs to boost your fertility. So, all right, that's what I got for you tonight. Let me know if you have any other questions. Otherwise, I will see you later, and have a great night.